So children, today we are going to start with the fourth part of The Tiger King by Kalki. I believe you are all doing well. I have created a backup group for you. So I am planning to put everything, whatever I am uploading on the Google Classroom. I am also planning to upload the same on this backup group. So that way you will not have any technical issues. If you are not able to upload on the Google Classroom, please upload on the backup group and keep your attendance ready so that we can mark you present for the day. And if you are officially able to upload, there is nothing like it. So try to upload on the Google Classroom first. That is your official register for your attendance. And if you are really unable to, then only upload on your backup group, that is final year. I have added all of you, and if anybody I have left out, please let me know on my WhatsApp number with your WhatsApp number, right? So here we start with the fourth part. The Maharaja's tiger hunts continued to be highly successful. The Maharaja was very happy because he was able to save his kingdom, and at the cost of 3 lakh of rupees he was able to retain his kingdom. And now the next step, he wants to continue his tiger hunt. And his tiger hunts continued to be very successful, because wherever he used to go, whenever he used to hunt down a tiger, that tiger was written to be completely flat on the ground. It was predicted that if the Maharaja is there with his gun, the tiger will no more see the living light. Right. So he was so perfect in his tiger hunt and very successful. But then an unforeseen hurdle brought his mission to a standstill. Now he was hunting so much that he was able to kill 70 tigers, and after that an unforeseen means an unpredictable, unexpected. Hurdle means difficulty, obstacle. Brought his mission to a standstill. What was his mission? To kill 100 tigers. So this mission, after killing 70 tigers, came to a stop. Why it had come to a stop? Because the tiger population became extinct. The tiger population became extinct means the tiger population became almost means gone. Extinct means no more there. Tiger population was completely no more to be seen. Extinct means gone. In the forests of Pratibandhapuram, there was not a single tiger to be found. Now, these are simple lines we may go through when we are reading the text properly, but now I am going to explain only the core points. So I will be only taking you to those important sections which are probable for appearing in the exam. Your questions may be marked from these sections. So the tiger population became completely extinct and almost gone from the forests of Pratibandhapuram, because the king was hunting so many tigers and wanted to complete his mission or his target of killing 100 tigers. Now, one day the Maharaja sent for the Diwan. So, this particular portion from one day the Maharaja sent for the Diwan, from here till Your Majesty, please think it over. Your ancestors were married to the sword. If you like, marry the gun. A tiger king is more than enough for this state. It doesn't need a tiger queen as well. Now from the first line, one day the Maharaja sent for the Diwan. Maharaja was so upset that there was no more tiger left for him to kill that he called the Diwan to help him out. And he said that, "Are you not thinking anything about it? From where am I going to kill 100 tigers? I have only killed 70 tigers and 30 tigers more are still remaining to be killed. So from where do I kill the rest 30 tigers?" So what did the Diwan suggest? That it is okay, you can think of marrying the sword. Okay, so the king was very surprised. Why should I marry the sword or the gun? Then the king was saying that I would better marry a human girl itself. But the Diwan said, "Maharaja, we have a tiger king. Do you think that we need a tiger queen also?" So, in a sense of humor, he was asking the king that one tiger king is enough, rather more than enough for the kingdom. And now you are asking for the tiger queen. You want to marry a human girl. What nonsense! The Maharaja gave a loud crack of laughter. "I am not thinking of marrying either a tiger or a gun, but a girl from the ranks of human beings. First, you may draw up statistics of tiger population in native states." Now, what was the first instruction for the Diwan? That he is supposed to draw up the number of tigers in the neighboring states of Pratibandhapuram. Then, to investigate if there is a girl whom he can marry in the royal family of any state with a large tiger population, because the king was looking for tigers, and so he said that I wanted to marry a girl, rather he wanted to marry a girl, and the state that to which that girl belongs to, that state must contain a large number of tigers. The Diwan could not do anything. The Diwan followed his orders, and then fortunately he found the right girl from a state which possessed a large number of tigers. So it was a very happy moment for the king. The king was so happy. The king married the girl from the state which had a large number of tigers. So marrying was done. That marriage, it was done on purpose. What was the purpose? The king wanted to kill the rest 30 tigers because there was no tiger left in Pratibandhapuram. All the tigers have been shot, and if they were not shot, if they were not killed, they appeared to have escaped, gone, ran away from the forest, because they thought that it is better that the killing or their hunting goes on in the hands of Britishers, not in the hands, they do not, and they will not favor any death in the hands of the Tiger King. So these tigers, whatever tigers were remaining, they all ran away from the forests of Pratibandhapuram. They did not want to be killed by the Tiger King. Right. And now Maharaja Jungjung Bahadur killed 5 or 6 tigers each time he visited his father-in-law. Every time, whenever he used to visit his father-in-law, he used to kill 5 to 6 tigers. In this manner, 99 tiger skins adorned means decorated, the walls of the reception hall in Pratibandhapuram Palace. So in Pratibandhapuram Palace, that whole palace came to be decorated with the skins of the dead tigers. Now that is all I think for now. Children, I hope it was well understood. The fourth part and I'm doing in very small portions because I would like all of you to understand the story, because since it is an online class, we are not doing the class offline. So if you have any doubts, you can review, you can replay, and you can listen to the video once again. And so in small portions I am doing so that you are able to enjoy the story. I do not want to rush you or push you. And we are going to solve a little bit of assignment work also. In the meantime, let me request you once more that you are supposed to take care of your Google Classroom as nicely as possible. Upload your assignments so that you are officially marked present, right? And the backup group is also created for convenience, mutual convenience, your convenience and my convenience too. We are keeping a backup group just in case if you are not able to upload, then only you will upload on the broadcast group or on the backup group. That is the backup group final year. I have named the group as final year. This is your final year. I have named it as final year. So you will only upload if you are unable to upload on the Google Classroom. But Google Classroom is going to be more official, more authentic for your attendance records. So assignments and all, please try to upload there first, right? And try to be present. Children, mark yourselves present, please, every day. And please support my efforts. I am trying my best for you. Please support, because you are my inspiration. You are my goodness, right? Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves.